if I want to grow my business, if I want to add people, technology, equipment, buildings, whatever that may be, that requires capital. And
say that again, please.
When entrepreneurs want to add people, systems, technology, equipment, offices, buildings, fleet vehicles, whatever that may be, that requires capital. And think about, and I invite your listeners to think about the time where you needed to go to a banker and gain access to capital. Think about all the hoops you had to jump through, the toll takers, the gatekeepers, the people who abused you. And then think about taking control of that function as it relates to your needs so that you have ready access capital to take advantage of opportunity that will most certainly track you down, and that you've got money flowing back to your family and your business versus flowing away. That represents a significant advantage because everything that you do financially, Chris, is compared to what everyone else is doing financially.
Yeah, I'm leading by example.
And so if you can take control of this vital function, because entrepreneurs especially, they really don't, and my experience has been for the past 13 years in practicing this process, is that most people have little to no understanding of just how important the banking business is and how that relates to their lives and their livelihood. And they not only abdicate the responsibility because someone has to perform that banking function in your life, but they also abdicate the opportunity that it represents to take control of that function as it relates to your needs financially. And so it's a transformational process. It works. And I'm just so proud of my team here in Canada. You know, we serve Canadians coast to coast. We have great strategic partnerships with providers in the United States, and it's been we've been blessed beyond the definition of good fortune to have served so many families, so many households and business owners over the years. I've never had, not one client has ever contacted me and said, gosh, you know, I'm really pissed off that my pool of financial value keeps rising every day. It's really bothering me. Isn't that good?
That was good. I thought it was going to be something else you wanted to say. It's one thing I found in business, and this is very shocking. It's one thing I found in business. I can be dyslexic. I can maybe sometimes say a word incorrectly in a wrong format. I can maybe present an opportunity to someone and maybe have a number off, and that fraction could end up I could make a mistake.
Right.
But if I have a reputation always taking money and putting into my clients' pockets over and over and over and over and over and over, and I make them feel like family, they'll come to me with a mistake. They'll go, Chris, hey man, I don't know if you overlooked this, but if I didn't do all those small touch points, I wasn't able to do what was best interest of them short-term and then long-term simultaneously.
Yeah.
And much transparent. See, if I have an issue with someone, Jayson, I'm coming right to you with it.
Good.
Because I would much rather nip it in the bud now.
Yeah.
And I know how to address it. Some conversations I have to pull you to the side, and you're a man just as much as I am. But even with a woman, I always want to make sure there's another woman in the room.
Oh, of course.
Right? You know, and I want to address it properly. Because especially when you're dealing with confrontation, people say, you're confrontational sometimes. No. I hate confrontation. It has to happen to get the job done, but I'm prepared to go there.
Yeah.
Because if I don't nip it in the bud now, it's going to turn into a whole different problem. And that affects lives.
Yeah. You know,
and that effect on the lives is me being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I will trade that every day for that.
Absolutely. And, you know, my approach is real simple. You know, there's a reason why they put erasers on pencils.
Yep.
People make mistakes. And what is absolutely never acceptable is a person not taking accountability and owning it. And if it happens again, it's a choice. And so in our organization, mistakes aren't fatal. In fact, the only way to identify, for the most part, in most things that we do throughout our lives, an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to take that next step is to make a mistake. And rather than have someone there who's going to micromanage you or chastise you or make you feel horrible. It's much nicer having someone there saying, hey, I recognized you tripped and I'm here to help you up. Let me help dust you off and let's talk about it. And if you're approaching it in a way that's constructive but radically transparent,
yes,
then whomever you're dealing with grows. And that is, for a lack of better description, I can only, I guess, boil it down to one word for me. It's fulfilling. It's what brings me energy, is to see other people go through these experiences and grow from them, not regress.